Halo Infinite is the Halo series' last chance to redeem themselves. After an abysmal Halo 5 release in pretty much every aspect except the multiplayer, fans have been rightfully worried about the next Halo game. Microsoft has recently shared with us some gameplay of the game, and so far everything looks promising. Well, except maybe the graphics, and maybe the flying suicide grunts. But for a game with a rumored $500 million budget, the biggest budget of any game ever, Halo Infinite should try to make every facet of their game enjoyable to ensure their success. In my opinion, one iconic aspect of the game that must be the best installment in the series is the Forge. Back when Halo 3 was first released, Forge World was one of the ways that Halo separated itself from other games of its time. As good as games like Call of Duty 4 and Assassin's Creed were, they didn't allow their players the same freedom and expression that Halo gave with Forge. Growing up as a huge Halo fan, Forge World was an incredible way for me and my friends to create new, fun, and interesting ways to challenge each other. This mode gave us the freedom to express our appreciation for our favorite game, and appreciate it we did. Whenever we ran out of our own content, downloading content that other people had made was an exciting alternative because it was a great new way to have fun, and you were able to appreciate the love that other fans also had for the game. Lately, I have been more excited for Halo Infinite's Forge than even its campaign, which led me to this conclusion. Forge has to evolve by bringing new, exciting features for players to use. Probably the single most important feature that Halo Infinite could bring to its Forge is forgeable AI. This is something that I have literally dreamed about since I was a kid. Imagine putting elites into your game, and imagine the thrill you'd get by hearing an elite ally of yours say, In all seriousness though, adding AI to Forge Worlds would give Halo Infinite unironically infinite replayability. This feature itself would convince me to buy the game. Heck, I'd probably buy the game anyway, but still. If Halo Infinite were to have forgeable AI, then I would want it to not only have enemy AI, but also marine AI. I want hunters, brutes, elites, marines, Spartans, ODST, grunts, jackals, and yes, even these guys. Basically, if it is an enemy or ally in any of the games, I want it in Forge. This way, you'd be able to create large-scale battles and even submissions depending on how complex the AI is. The possibilities of a technology like this are exciting to even think about. The developers have said in the past that they would like to put AI in Forge. Now, with Halo Infinite, it really is now or never to make it happen. As important an addition that forgeable AI would be, it should not be the only improvement made to the mode. In order to make this the ultimate Forge mode, I think that all fans would love to see a Halo Jukebox inside of Forge World. This would give creators a whole new way to express themselves and show love to Halo once again. You could play spooky flood music in the dark areas and epic music in the brightly lit, exciting areas. This, in combination with forgeable AI, would give players an opportunity to write their own stories in a sense. Considering that Halo music is objectively incredible, a jukebox would be a great idea for 343 to add because it would please many fans of the series. Both a jukebox and forgeable AI would be brand new additions to Forge World that have the potential to be incredible, long-lasting installments to the Forge World as a whole. One final addition that I believe Halo Infinite's Forge World should make is its vehicle selection. Don't get me wrong, having banshees, ghosts, scorpions, and other vehicles is amazing. Being able to spawn these vehicles makes for awesome Forge design. especially my personal favorite of finding new ways to launch wraiths across the map. Overall, though, vehicle selection should be expanded. I want Halo Infinite to add pelicans, phantoms, and even scarabs to Forge World and thus the game's multiplayer. Listen, I know that scarabs in particular would be crazy, but hear me out. Picture playing a custom game on a Forged world against many of your friends, and while you're fighting, you hear your friends say,
"I count 2 scarabs! Repeat, 2 scarabs!"
Wouldn't that just both be terrifying and epic at the same time? I definitely think so. Putting it all together, in a Forged world with these additions, you have the freedom to do basically anything that you want. You can travel through a map with your Marine allies, battling Covenant through a hectic landscape until you find a pelican and fly your allies to the location of the final battle. Upon arriving at the final battle, Breaking Benjamin Blow Me Away plays, and you proceed to have an explosive battle against the Covenant AI, where they even have a scarab among their numbers. At the end of the battle, you are victorious. Heck, if the AI is done correctly, then you could even choose to fight with the Covenant instead of against them. If that does not sound like a dream come true to a Halo fan, then I don't know what does. I'm eager to see what 343 does with Forge World and Halo Infinite. If they add these things to the game, we are absolutely in for the greatest Forge of all time. These additions are perhaps a bit optimistic, but with a budget that is potentially $500 million or more, I think it is more than reasonable to ask these things of 343 and Microsoft. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, it'll motivate me to keep going. Subscribe if you want to see more gaming content, and I'll see you guys again very soon.